Hello, everyone. Welcome
Yeah.
to another episode of Are You the Goober? Today, I'm with one of my best friends in the world, Crew.
Batty.
That's your cue.
That's me.
And and today we are going to be discussing stories from the subreddit. Where is it? AITA, and we're going to be doing a story on coworkers. So this story is by TA-worksister1234324, and it's titled "For Calling My Coworker Work Sister After She Called Me Work Husband in Front of Everyone." I, 34 male, work in a small office, and we have about 30 people working here. Tiffany, 35 female, is one of my coworkers. We've been working together for 6 years now. We have 6 people in our department, and we have to frequently travel across state as our work involves overseeing government projects. We always travel in a group of 2. Although my travel partner changes based on the project, Tiffany and I are generally put on similar projects and enjoy each other's company. My wife also likes Tiffany. Overall, we have a very healthy work relationship. On to the incident. Yesterday, we had a happy hour in our office, and we were all drinking after our work hours and chatting. It was a group of us, around 10 people, that stayed back. Tiffany was blabbering about how we both have been traveling together so much in the last year. She was roasting me for my habits while traveling, like always forgetting stuff in my hotel room, being sweaty and stinky when I join her for breakfast in mornings because I go to the hotel gym. Everyone was laughing, and she was making it sound how unbearable I was to tag along with, all in good fun. I also told some funny and sweet stories about her and agreed with her, saying that I could be difficult to be with sometimes. Tiffany came to me and hugged me tightly and told me that she loves me and that I'm her work husband. It was all innocent on the surface. That's no. But she might have been a bit drunk and just didn't let go of me of her tight hug. Also, I hate that phrase, as I do have a wife that I promise to be with forever, and not just in the non-working hours. After a few seconds, I started becoming uncomfortable, and also saw a few people staring at us. So to diffuse the situation, I took her hands off my shoulders and told her she was my work sister, and that this is why I love to annoy her so much. That seemed to have upset Tiffany, and she left and went back to her desk and was sobbing silently. I tried to apologize to her, and she told me how embarrassing this whole situation was. She said that she just meant work husband in a platonic way, but me calling her work sister made her sound like a creep in front of the whole office. She was also angry that I aggressively removed her hands from my shoulders while hugging. I tried to reason with her that I do not like the term work husband, and also people gave dirty looks when she said it. So I was just trying to make sure people do not take her words in the wrong way. We talked for a few minutes afterwards, and Tiffany calmed down. She hugged me again and left. I felt really guilty afterwards because I can see Tiffany's point of view. I made her sound like a creep by implying she meant something inappropriate when she called me her work husband. However, I was a bit uncomfortable in the situation and just did not want people to call us that or assume something wrong. Am I the goober for calling Tiffany my work sister? I'm sitting in my office writing this and a bit worried if I embarrass Tiffany in front of everyone. What do you think?
Oh, man. Well, there's a lot. I don't like that there were tears after that little interaction.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, I'm gonna be honest.
Like, I don't know. You just roll with the punches if it's an awkward situation like that. But then I can also understand it from her point of view, where it's like, from Tiffany's point of view, where it's like kind of embarrassing. Maybe she felt like a little like ashamed. Maybe she realized a little bit of guilt in there or something like that. Or maybe she realized like everyone is looking at her like a certain way. I don't know. So maybe she was expecting what's his face? What's his name? Sorry.
I don't think he ever said it. We'll call him Jose.
Let's just say, yeah, Jose. Like, I think maybe Tiffany was expecting Jose to be kind of on her side, or maybe just roll with the punches too. But then it ended up being awkward.
I think
I don't know. Yeah,
I just think that maybe she thought he saw her in the same way, and that when he I guess demoted her to work sister, it was embarrassing. But I do feel that embarrassment was only because of her actions, not because of his.
oh, definitely. I was gonna say too, like I'm wondering about that when Jose talks about the aggression part. Like, how aggressive are we talking? Like, I wish I was there so I could see it. Because then, could you imagine, like, that plus, like, work sister, just like,
Well,
I kind of like, yeah.
well, I mean,
And then in front of everyone.
well, I mean, if he like forcefully removed her hands, I think people would have got the impression that they were doing something on the side because of that anger.
Yo, that is real though, because sometimes the opposite actions actually prove guilt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could totally be a thing. But it's kind of okay, the tears, I must say, like that's
the weird part.
I don't know. Yeah, and then the sobbing quietly at the office, like that's kind of, and then okay, but then think about the after of it all, like people will see him approach her sobbing at the office.
Either way, it's gonna look bad. Either way.
Yeah, I think so. Sadly, it didn't go smoother for them.
Well,
but like, okay, what would you do in that situation?
Well, honestly, I don't know if I would have said work brother. That's it's actually creative. I'm gonna remember that one. But I actually agree with what he did because he is trying to just respect his wife. And
yeah,
like as a wife myself, I think I would not be civil if another woman were to call my husband her husband in any sort of form. So I think I would have reacted a very similar way, but just like a hell of a side eye.
Yeah, like, and the fact that Jose's wife likes Mary too, like I think there's like boundaries.
Oh, I agree.
And that's nice it's nice that he kept that boundary up though. That's nice. Like solid.
You don't see that very
solid
often.
Dude. No, we're out here making friends and not husbands. But then, yeah, like if I was in that spot, if I was in Jose's spot, I'd probably be like, like in front of everyone, like, I don't know about that.
That's not it, Chief.
No. But yeah, like I just that and then watch their travels be a little bit more awkward because of that situation.
Oh God! And if his wife were to find out, how do you?
Oh yeah.
Do you think she'd be comfortable with him traveling with her as the partner? Because they do say they travel in duos quite a bit. So.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. And then I was gonna say like, you know, this is like similar to when like, let's say a guy you're dating, because then obviously like the guy you're dating has like you can't walk into someone's life and then expect them not to be friends with girls.
No, of course not.
And so like it's like that one, like if you meet that one boyfriend, and this is like so common, like all the girls in the world have probably experienced this, like even like maybe some guys out there, but where like the guy you're dating has a girl best friend. So like it's that kind of dynamic where it's like, and then you see like memes online all the time where it's like where it's like, I've heard so much about you. And then you're like the girlfriend, you're like, oh. Boy, what's this I'm walking into?
Yeah, no. Yeah, I admit when I first met Roberto's girl best friend, I definitely was on edge. But it went over well. It went over really well, considering that she also had a spouse, so that helped a lot. But it's definitely as a spouse, I would really be on edge with Tiffany's actions, if I'm honest. But
Me too.
there is an update if you would like to read that.
Oh, I would love to read the update. All right, so here we go. Okay, so this is Jose talking, I'm assuming. I posted this on about calling Tiffany, my work sister, after she tried to call me her work husband in front of the entire office. A lot of you are asking for an update, but the sub does not allow me to post updates, so I'm writing it here. Cool. Thanks, Jose, for your update. Thanks, everyone, for your comments and giving me confidence that I did not do anything wrong or inappropriate. Hey!
We're the majority.
Yeah, thank God. As I was sitting in office the next day, Tiffany ignored me the whole morning. Initially, I was planning to go and apologize to her, but after the post, I decided that I do not need to do that, as I should be the one who is offended. Nice, Jose. We love that for you. Everyone in the office could see that we were acting weird, and we called it.
Yeah, we did.
We called it. And I heard some people gossiping about us. One of the ladies also came to me and asked me if I want to talk about Tiffany and me. Okay. All right. Around 3 p.m. in the afternoon, I was sitting in my office working. Tiffany came into my office and closed the door behind her. Nice. She was angry. Okay, hold on. Can I pause?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be awkward that we're closing doors in the office?
I didn't think about that. That's so true. No, don't do that. Oh my God, it's true.
Yeah, that'll just make it a little bit worse. But I don't know. Anyway. Sorry. Anyways, you guys, listeners, I have a little bit of, I get distracted easy. That's right. Tiffany was angry at Jose, essentially, and started saying that I need to stop being an asshole and stop ignoring her. I told her to sit and talk about what is going on. She told me that she feels humiliated and everyone has been staring at her. Staring at her? Staring at her.
He has a typo.
Yeah. Staring at her. Staring at her the whole morning because of what I did. I stood my ground and told her that I was okay with her making fun of me, but calling me her work husband and hugging me in front of everyone for a long time made the situation awkward. She told me to get over myself and that I should know exactly what she meant. Tiffany said that I made a big deal of what was supposed to be a joke and made it awkward for everyone. Okay, fair. We also called that.
Mm-hmm.
She said calling someone work husband is a normal thing and just means that she knows me intimately like a spouse would. Oh,
no.
I don't like that.
Nuh-uh.
I don't. We can't. You can't say the word intimately.
No.
Like a spouse would.
No. It's no.
And then you close the door. It's so okay. This is just like she's digging her own grave.
She is.
Like, okay. Anyway, she said, and then she cried. I can't get over that. Anyway. She said that because we spend so much time traveling together, red flag. Yeah. Sorry. She knows all the intimate details of how I behave outside work.
Intimate, her favorite word.
It's scary. Okay. I stopped her and told her that I felt offended by the term work husband because I have a wife and I do not want people to use that term to describe a relationship. Very good, Jose. Somebody give him an award. I told her that she would not understand as she is single, but as a married man, slay! Okay, sorry. As a married man, I really do not want anyone to describe me as a husband in any capacity. Oh my gosh. I want to hug you, Jose, but I won't hug you for long, and I definitely will not call you my work husband. She said that I am again misinterpreting what she's saying. She felt that we have known each other more time than I have been married. Ugh. She knows me more intimately than even my wife. Oh no,
girl, no.
Yeah, no, you can't. No, absolutely not. Okay, and I also behave like her husband when we travel together. You think Tiffany's lonely?
I think she's in Delululand, if I'm honest. She's like smoking Delulu.
Yeah, like, she just won't let up. That's the only thing. Like, she won't like stop. Okay, she went on about how we go out to dinners together after work, how I always insist on having breakfast together in the morning to plan our actions of the day. Fair enough. And I walk around in my underwear, referring to my gym shorts, around her in mornings. Okay. This is creeping me out on both ends now.
He did say that he does go to the gym in the morning. That's why she was calling him stinky. So there's that, I guess.
You think he was walking around shirtless too? Does that even matter though? But at the same time,
I guess it's the context. If he enters her hotel room shirtless, it's one thing. If he's in the gym shirtless, it's another.
Yeah. Oh, okay. She also talked about how we spend hours talking to each other during road trips, and how I am the only man she can trust with any secret in her life.
Oh, ick.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Not even your dad? Well, okay, fair enough. Maybe not your dad. Okay, sorry. She said that I am the definition of work husband, and I am just in denial. Okay, I don't like that.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
That's gross.
That's making me even feel a little bit. Who is Jose's wife?
I want her
Jose's
opinion.
wife. I want to hear from her. Get her on this podcast. I was a bit angry at this point. I told her that I do all that because I consider her my friend and she's delusional nice. If she feels she knows me more intimately than my wife. I mean, his wife would know how his poop stinks. I hope for the sake of Tiffany.
It's true. You learn it very quickly when you live together too.
I hope that for Tiffany's sake, she does not know how this man farts. I told her that I don't want to hear that term again, and it's extremely disrespectful to my marriage. Very nice. Only one woman gets to call me her husband, and that is my wife. Slay! Moreover, if my actions are giving her such ideas, maybe we need to stop being friends. Nice. I like the bars. This guy just keeps laying it on. Like, he knows what he's talking about. Also, if you hear clapping in the background, that is me clapping in the background. I'm into the story. She became apologetic afterwards and told me that she did not mean to disrespect my wife and it was not her intention. She apologized to me and told me to just let it go. Okay, can I just say, it is when he said that we need to stop being friends that she started to back off.
Yeah. It's true.
Well, this thing seems a little guilty to me. She said that she loves traveling with me and she does not want anything to change between us. There it is.
She's scared to
She again said that she doesn't want to lose him. She again said that I'm misinterpret. Oh my gosh, I can't say that word. Misinterpreting her statement and just wants to move on. She came to hug me again, but I just told her it was okay and stepped back. Slay! That's like some soap opera stuff.
It is.
Okay. I also talked to my wife about the incident that night. Nice. As expected, my wife was angry at Tiffany and told me that she hates the term work husband. This is why they're married.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. She asked me if Tiffany has ever flirted with me during our trips or has a crush on me. I truthfully told her that I really have not felt that way, and she may have just said that because she was a bit drunk and is now stubborn about it. Very valid. My wife said that she feels a bit uncomfortable about Tiffany now and that it's strike one for Tiffany and I need to try and put more distance between us while traveling. Okay, fair. If she ever repeats the same behavior again, I should report her to HR. Okay, hold on. Would you, okay, I pose this question. Would Spell, would you report Tiffany to HR?
I wouldn't have up until she said that she knew Jose better than his wife and more intimately, and that Jose was walking around in his underwear. At that point, I think I might have reported it because it does feel, I don't know, harassment is not the right word, but it's on the edge.
It kind of feels. See, I didn't even think about that. I just thought, like, as long as this kind of, like, situation, like, that stuff, I guess. You know what? As long as it doesn't reach, I don't know. Yo, I just came out of a breakup, so really, reporter to HR. Reporter to HR, actually. I promised my wife, sorry to continue, I promised my wife that I would try to reduce my interactions with Tiffany outside work hours and be more guarded around her. There's another update. Oh. Thanks everyone for the comments and explaining the urgency of the situation. I discussed it with my wife and have set up meetings with my manager and HR today. Does that mean it went further?
It must have.
Oh boy. Okay. Is there more? We need more. Jose, if you hear us.
I haven't found anything more.
I plan to not file a complaint, but document what happened last week and why it made me uncomfortable. I do not have any upcoming travels this week due to holidays, but have to travel next Tuesday with her to a work site. I will discuss with my manager on what my options are. However, I feel a little distance between Tiffany and I for some time would be the right situation for now. Slay. He did so well.
Yeah, you're not the goober in the slightest. Legitimately, no.
There's no goop. There's no goop. Literally, the fact that you were even open with your wife after that. I'm speaking from experience. The fact that you were even open with your wife after that was like, good job. You did all the right things.
He kind of feels like he was, you know, those romance books and how they're always written by women. It feels like he's one of those romance storybook characters written by a woman. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like I would be in an LRT and he would be that one dude standing reading.
Yeah. That's what it feels like.
Is there any connection? No. But
it's the guy who reads in the metro.
But I just know. Yeah. The one with the tousled hair. Jose.
And the scarf.
Yeah. The one scarf that's never, it's like just laying. It's just on his shoulders. Oh my gosh. Good job. Like, all the best decisions. So, Tiffany, though.
Yeah, no. She's the queen of Lululand. Absolute nutty.
Yeah. You think like it would go as far as like stalker?
It feels like it.
I feel like it would, because claiming that he would walk around in his underwear. But here's the thing, do you think his workout shorts were plaid?
If they were, then Tiffany has the right to think that. Otherwise, no.
Because who works out? Okay, I'm not judging, but I'm just like. I want to know. Wait, how old is Tiffany again? Let me see.
35.
Yeah, no, Tiffany would know what boxers look like.
Yeah. So that's a negative.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And
for sure.
They oversee government projects. I'm assuming that means they work for the government in some way.
And you'd think it would be more what's it called? You think it would be more professional than that?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But okay, let me tell. So my brother had a similar situation where he was in student council in his university, and he had to work with a partner, and so he was getting mixed signals from this partner. But so I wonder if it happens, like how often does this happen? Where it's like mixed signals, but truly you're just being really nice.
Oh my, like no, all the time. I really do think that people have trouble seeing the difference between being friendly and being flirtatious. Mm-hmm. You know how there's always that meme where it's like when you think I'm flirting and just being nice, but when I'm actually flirting, it's horrendous. I feel like that's where most people fall. So
that's literally me. Like you know what's funny is I can't flirt. I will prefer not to speak to you. That's how I flirt. I won't speak to you at all.
Playing hard to get.
And then yeah, no, not even hard to get, like AWOL. Like I am not there. You just won't ever get to know me at all. That's my flirting. Like I'll be too nervous.
Oh man.
And so now I try and think like how I get like you're just nice to people in general.
Like the term work husband, work wife, the only place I've ever heard that before it went viral was on Grey's Anatomy. I think that's the only place I've ever heard it, but I hate it. It's just ick. I don't like it.
Yeah, I think it's a little
boundary pushing.
Yeah, but also I feel like it reminds me of like, you know how like some people don't value words, so like
yeah,
work husband, you think it's like just the younger generation because less people are getting married. You know what I mean?
It's expensive.
Yeah, it is expensive. But yeah, I was gonna say like I have a feeling like it's just people don't value like the word husband or wife as much as they did like a while back.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah, and so now like work, like husband and wife is just such a, and usually people use partner. I mean, partner is now technically used in all sorts of relationships, and then now all of a sudden it's, and then before it was used as like your work partner. So
I just hate it. It's just I don't know. It's just never sat well with me.
I never had a work husband or work wife. So
nope. No. Like I'm thinking back. No.
I mean, okay. I have this one coworker, love her to bits, and I call her technically my work wife, but I think it's understood between she and I that like we're just really like we're almost bestie level, you know?
Well, yeah, I think it really depends on the relationship. In general,
Yeah.
though, I don't know what it is between a man and a woman, particularly. That's when it feels weird to me. Otherwise,
And if the other person is married,
yeah, that's when it feels
you
weird.
would know.
If it's two single people, then it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Or even like if let's say they're both in relationships in general. Like I feel like that's when it's like
that's weird.
Oh, yeah.
And
and then go ahead.
She said that one part that she knew him longer than his wife, so it justified her calling him work husband. And that's the one thing that also made me feel a little bit gross. I don't know what it is about that statement. It's like basically claiming, I don't know. I always lack. I never think of good words on this podcast. Like it's almost like sticking her flag at him, saying, "Well, I knew you longer, so I can call you whatever I want."
What's it called? Like claiming your territory?
Yeah, in a weird way.
Yeah. No. Like it's just it's messy but then you know what's funny is I'm trying to see it from Tiffany's point of view, and I sit here and I'm like, you know his wife.
Yeah.
So, and then I assume you would have been at their wedding, because if you've known him longer than, you know what I'm saying?
They were that close, as she's painted it out to be.
Yeah. And then I don't like that she's saying like dinner is outside of work. Like sometimes you two, let's say you have a project together, which they have project together. You think that over time you'd be like, hey, you want some lunch or you want some dinner? Let's go get dinner before we head off. Like we head home.
They're also
like that just makes sense.
Yeah, they're not working on like, they're not hairstylists working out hairstyles for a wedding. These are government contract workers overseeing, I'm assuming, knowing government jobs, multi-million, if not billion-dollar projects. So having dinner with this person is to work out the specifics. Seems kind of normal to me.
Yeah. So I don't know. Who knows? I know. I know that Jose was doing all the right things. Yeah. I don't know. I hope you think that he could ask for a switch of partners.
That's what I was thinking.
I feel like that would be like, can you imagine?
They switch to partners all the time, and that's what he said. And I wondered if he could just, I don't know who makes the schedule, but it's like there's 6 people, so there's 4 other people that he could choose to work with, if that's a possibility. But I think there has to be an HR complaint before that can go through.
Maybe they probably have to investigate too. I wonder. So let's say I'm the person dealing with it in HR. I wonder how worse. Like I'm sure there are worse cases, but I'm like sitting there. I'm like, okay, so like what other? I don't know where I'm going with this even, but like it's more like like I wonder what other stuff is. Either way, it looks bad.
Yeah. Either way, it was a line that was crossed, that I think she saw the relationship as potentially more than it was, and when he vetoed that, she was pissed. And I feel if she just stopped, at that comment, and she said, yeah, I'm sorry about that comment, sorry for making it awkward, I feel like their friendship would have just went back to normal.
Continue.
But then she just had to keep going, saying, I know you more intimately. I seen you in your supposed underwear. She just couldn't stop. And that's when it got weird.
I think so. And then I think the fact that it was okay, what really, when it all started, was the tears. I was like, oh, there are tears. You know what? You think she's just okay. Some people deal with rejection in an off way, though.
They can't handle it.
Yeah, so you think she's being defensive because she can't handle the rejection?
Yeah, I think so. And he did say that she was single. So maybe she was putting a lot of this, I don't know, what's the word? Desire for attention, I guess intimacy again, onto this friendship when it shouldn't have been there. But I don't know.
Maybe we will never know.
No.
Because Tiffany is the goober.
Yeah, she's the goober. You're not. You sound like as if you've been written by a romance novelist. And
Yeah.
your wife is one lucky woman, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Some of us out here are pining for that kind of situation.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in for another episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll be back very shortly. And there will definitely be episodes in the future with crew. Have an amazing night. Adios.